If you were no longer affected by the judgment of others and you stopped judging yourself, would you make different choices? Why make choices in your life based on judgments instead of on your awareness of what would create the life and living you desire? Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here is the host of Inspired Choices Radio Show, Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Time on A2Zen.fm.
Well, choices. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for choosing to join us this evening. I am in a mood, so get ready. I am your host, Christine McIver of Inspired Choices Radio, and I am joined tonight by a very crazy, equally crazy woman, Juna Guetter, who is going to be my guest, and our show tonight is Tight and Loose with Your Business, and if it turns you on, I'm excited, because business should turn you on, bitches. That's just what I'm saying. So, if you've never joined my show tonight, oh, this is going to be so much fun. I'm telling you, I haven't yet started drinking. I don't know about anybody else, but perhaps I should begin. If you've never joined my show, I'd like to just tell you a little bit about me. I am a possibilities coach, and I love working with individuals and organizations to co-create what it is they desire to have in the universe. I know that all things are possible. I am an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator, bars practice facilitator, an energy healer, radio show host, producer, and the owner of A2Zen.fm. I love creating. Business really does turn me on, and creating with so much joy and laughter just has things pop more and more and more. So my programs do assist you to bring more possibilities to actualization. If you would like to learn more about that and claim more of what you desire, please connect with me, Christine, at inspiredchoices.ca. I do charge for my services, but the first 5 minutes are always free. So if you'd just like to connect and see what would work, I'd love to hear from you. So tonight, Tight and Loose with Your Business, and my guest is Juna Guetter. Do you flow with your business with ease, or are you resisting where it is desiring to dance? When possibilities come your way, do you invite them in, or do you go into overwhelm and bury yourself and your business? Juna Guetter is an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator, and she is also a mover and a connector of possibilities, inspiring individuals and groups for 25 years in the field of dance, conscious embodiment, and personal empowerment. She lives and invites people into greater joy, ease, and communion with their bodies and their lives. She has studied various techniques, including reflexology, psychotherapy, social work, NLP, landmark education, NIA, which I have no idea what that is. Oh, it's black belt, sorry. See, if you just keep reading, Christine, you'll get there. EFT, and, of course, Access Consciousness. Juna has an intrinsic capacity for allowance that sparks people into the greatness of being who they truly are. Since 2009, Juna has been working internationally as an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator, and since 2013, as a 3-day Body Class Facilitator. Juna is a dynamic force with the skills and kindness to facilitate and gentle whisper. She invites you to explore uncharted territories, feeling secure and confident. And if you would like to learn more about Juna, you can connect with her at synergyinmotion.info. So there we go. How much more can we say about Juna? She's spectacular. That's all I'm going to say right now.
Yay.
Welcome, my friend. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great, and so fun to be on here, kind of pre-show a little bit. Super fun. Yeah, I wonder what...
We do have quite the time. The 5 minutes before our show is hilarious. It's actually one of our most favorite times, and it's for us, it's getting into the energy of the creation, and getting into the energy of the creation really leads us into tonight's show about being tight and loose with your business. So when this I know that you've written an article about being tight and loose with your business, correct?
Yes.
So that's very unusual. So what was the premise of that entire creation for you?
Exactly. I mean, and it was originally called tight but loose. Okay, so tight but loose was a term from a mentor of mine in dance, from the Nia dance that I did, and tight and loose with your choreography was like you studied it, you knew your music inside and out, you knew all the counts, you knew when the cymbals were coming in, you knew when the hard rock guitar was coming in, you knew everything. And then when you were dancing and facilitating the dance on the dance floor, you would be so loose with it that you could change on a dime, you could flow in the moment. So it's that whole concept, tight and loose, tight but loose, is all about knowing your craft, being willing to do the work, and then being able to go with the flow. But if you're one without the other, you're totally on the one extreme end. Like if you're so tight and you're trying to over control everything, there is just no movement. There's no breathing room, literally. In your choreography, and you can just when I talk to you, it's like, oh, let's take that with business, and it goes with everything. And let's say if you're too loose with business, it's about, oh, you're just flying by the seat of your pants all the time. You never bother to learn your craft, and every now and then you might hit something, but a lot of times you're just like, your content isn't there. You're just like going blah-de-blah-de-blah, and then people get bored and they're like, there's nothing there.
Right.
So
I often
love that.
say, I do too, and I guess I explain it, I'm saying the same thing, I explain it differently, but I love the way that you've explained it. I often say that we need our foundation in place. We need all our T's crossed and our I's dotted, so that we can go out there and create in magical, unique, easy ways. Like we can just expand everywhere with total free form when we know we have our foundations in place, right? Like from a business perspective, that's like your business cards and your working hours and your website and all of your foundational things where people can find you and it's easy to connect. Right. But then you can go create with whatever energy. I really like that.
Yeah, and if you look at all the great business people in the world, they've got that down. They've done their work, and I've studied like Brendan Burchard and just different marketers, and that's what they say too. Like just know your stuff, and then you can play with it. So
so know your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, you've been doing business for how many years now, Juna?
I've been in all kinds of businesses. I was in a kitchen cabinet business for like 22 years.
What?
And yeah, that's probably something you don't know about me.
I love learning new things about people I know, and I think I know quite well. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I ran a kitchen business, and I did everything from driving to pick up parts to installing cabinets to the wall to you name it, I did it, and I ended up doing lots of the bookkeeping and all that. But that was one business. I ran the dance business. That was a business with a studio the last 3 years, and then I got into the Access Consciousness as a business in a partnership. So I've been, and I prefer self-employment because I love the freedom. I love being able to create the way that I want to create.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I remember being a very little girl, and my father was an entrepreneur my whole life, and he had an office, and my younger brother and I used to go into the office, and I would always play the boss, and I would make my younger brother be the secretary.
Why
and my
doesn't
favorite
that surprise me?
I always loved carrying my father's briefcase. There was something about walking up and down the hall carrying the briefcase. And when I graduated from college, my mother bought me a briefcase. And there was just this energy of joy. And I think for me, the business piece, and I think for a lot of entrepreneurs, it's the ability to create what really turns you on.
Yeah.
And And I think that sparks a lot of people, but then I think that many people fail or fall down or close their doors because they aren't doing the dances you're suggesting.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, and this is a thing that I just learned recently, is one of the main things that people who are in business say is, I can't do it, I don't know how, and they stop there. Like, I don't know how to build a website. I don't know how to get on Skype. I don't know how to do all of these things. And then this one fellow that I've been following, he says, well, if you don't know how, turn it around and make it your job. Put it on your to-do list. And I thought that's brilliant, because there's many things, especially, things are changing all the time online, and there's a lot you got to keep up with, all the different technologies that are there. And it's like, yeah, I don't know, but don't stop there. You can Google it and you can put it on your to-do list. Like, you don't know how to build a website? Well, today your job is to go find someone who does, or start learning it yourself. It's and I love that piece. Like, just turn it around. Like, if you don't know how, turn it around and put it on your little to-do list.
I like that. Make it your job.
Yeah.
Because your business, oftentimes when I'm working with clients, and you may do this with people too, is oftentimes I'll say, so if you were your employee, would you fire you?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, great question.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I know I've fired myself many times. I'm like, okay, bitch, you need to get up and get moving. You need to get to that to-do list, or you're fired. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's playful for me, but it's really about saying, hey, you are your own employee, and you do need to make these things your job.
Yeah. And it's not about taking yourself seriously as a business owner. It's about taking it sincerely, like being sincere, but not the heaviness of the seriousness or the tightness of the serious. It's that, again, that dance of the tight and loose. Like, yeah, if it's, and I ask people, is it a business or is it a hobby?
Mm-hmm.
And I must, I'll admit, for a lot of years in different businesses, I was a hobbyist. And now more than ever, I'm like, okay, I am a business owner, and this is what it takes, right? So I love that, business or hobby, and ask yourself that question, because it's two very, very different things.
It totally is. And how many people, there's a lot of people that are afraid of business, and they're afraid of that they're going to fail, which actually has them not actually taking it seriously as a business.
Yeah.
They're doing it as a hobby, and I think a lot of the times, at least I've seen this, I don't know about you, Juna, but I've seen people just make it a hobby so that they can say, well, it wasn't really that big a deal. So when it does fail, they don't look like fools, which is creating them failing.
Exactly.
Which is an interesting dance. Humans are crazy. I just want to put that, you can quote me on that, okay?
Another T-shirt or barbecue apron.
There we go. Exactly.
In case we haven't figured it out. Okay, that's a business idea, right? And that's the thing. Like, humanoids, have tons of business ideas. We've got great startups, and a lot of us don't really want to follow through. But if you want to have a successful business, you have to follow through or find somebody who will, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so we are taking your calls tonight. Juna has a great deal of awareness around a lot of areas, business, bodies, what stops us, what can bring us forward, and we would love to have you call in live. Our numbers in the U.S., in Canada, pardon me. Wait a minute, I can't see it. In Canada is 1-613-800-8736. In the U.S., 815-880-8255. Or you can just come over to a2zen.fm, come in the chat room, and the Skype button is on the left-hand side, and you can Skype us. And we would love to speak with you and see if we can contribute to you moving from hobby to a business if that's something that's coming up in your reality. So we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to dig deeper into all of this, and we're going to pick Juna's brain even more. So everyone, you are listening to Inspired Choices. Myself, Christine McIver, your host, my wonderful guest, Juna Guetter, tight and loose with your business on A2Zen.fm. We will be right back.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning into Inspired Choices radio show with Possibilities coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show.
What if you really do change molecules by your interaction with them? What if the change you've been looking for is right before your eyes? What if the uncomfortableness that comes with difference could be fun? What if the closed-minded people of the world no longer determined our world? What if gratitude trumps judgment every time? What if your kindness healed the world? What if the earth is asking for your help? And what if you had the resources to give it? This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Picasso, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Aristotle all knew to be true. Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. What if there are no dumb questions, or any question too large? What if you being you are the gift and the change this world requires? Is now the time? For more questions to create a change in your world, sign up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. My gift to you, beingyouclass.com.
Are you driving with the engine warning light on when it comes to listening to your body? Pull over and come to a 3-day body class with Juna Guetter. Is now the time for learning the language of your body? Is now the time to change what isn't working? Now is the time. Juna will be in Toronto and Europe in May, facilitating the 3-day body classes and the Right Body for You taster classes. Is your body asking for this? Take action and register now on the accessconsciousness.com website.
This is Inspired Choices radio show with Possibilities coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program today, please call toll-free in the U.S. 815-880-8255, TALK, or Canada 613-800-8736. Or you can Skype us. Our Skype name is A2Zen.fm. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
All right. How much more fun are you ready to have? We are so happy you're joining us today. It is actually Wednesday, April the 13th, 2016. If you're joining us live, thank you, thank you. If you're listening in the replay and you have any questions of myself or Juna, please reach out to us. We would love to be a contribution to you, and we appreciate each and every one of you tapping into this show tonight. So during the break, you heard a commercial about being with your bodies, and Juna Guetter, oh, wow, I just don't want to say your name right tonight, Juna. Juna, I am so thrilled that I'm playing with this woman a lot, and yesterday I actually did, okay, formal announcement. Are you ready? Drum roll. Yesterday, I actually launched a new creation for my business, and it is Inspired Choices TV. Woohoo! It was amazing, and wow, talk about a day of stretching your muscles. It was hot diggity dog, Rhonda. We had a day that started at 7 o'clock and did not end until 11 o'clock that night. We had so much fun creating, and I'm so thrilled. First of all, Rhonda Burns, who is one of my sweet, sweet friends. She is actually here in Toronto with me from Dallas, Texas, darling. And she was my first guest. and Juna was my second guest. And it was so much fun. And wow, wasn't that a stretch of your muscles, like all those cameras and lights?
Yeah.
That for me was like, wow, holy moly. And so Juna and I got to play yesterday. Now we're playing now. And in 3 weeks, we're going to be together. Melissa Jelinek, who is another very good friend of mine, and I are hosting Juna here in Toronto for a Right Body for You taster, which is on the Thursday, May the 5th. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And that is an evening class for 2 hours. There's no prerequisites. Please come out, meet Juna, hear what she's got to contribute to this amazing body of work with your body, and come and play and laugh with us. And then you can also join us for the 3-day body class, which is going to be spectacular. My body is so happy.
Yeah.
It's like, is it me? Is it me? Is it me yet? Is it me yet? Is it me yet? That's my body. So if you have any questions, please feel free to connect with myself or Juna or Melissa, and we'll have all of that information in the replay link as well. So, woohoo! Yeah. So,
nice.
Juna,
thank you.
Where do we want to go with the tight and loose? What do you find how do people sabotage themselves in business when they're not doing the tight and loose dance?
Well, I'm just wondering if we want to address, somebody kind of had a question, maybe
look
at that in the chat room. So they say, my business is not my whole income. I have a job. So I know others think my business is a hobby. Can we look at this? Having a job and having a business. And maybe Christine, you have something on that too. But
yes,
it's what others perceive. And a lot of times I find that it's kind of like a split focus, and it doesn't have to be that way. Like, what if your whole, it's a whole job and a whole business and a whole life, and everywhere that you're splitting things up, how could you change that so that everything is contributing to everything else, and that it's the way that we refer to it too. Like, some people, they say, oh, I have a small business, or I have a job, or and there's all kinds of connotations about what that is, like a small business. And, really talk to your business, ask your business what it would like to be called. Is it a hobby? Is it a business? Where are you going with it? And are you making one more important than the other? And how could they all contribute to each other? That's kind of what comes off the top of my head.
Yeah, I totally, just a little added to that. So I do a lot of different things. So now I do the radio and I do the TV, and, I have my coaching business, and we all have, you have a couple different branches of business that you do as well.
Yeah.
So what if anyone was to look at whether they have a quote unquote employer outside of their own self or themselves, and they look at each of these things as a branch of their business, because you are your own employee, your own employer. If you don't get out of bed and go to your job, whether it's in your own home or in someone else's location, you're out of business. You are out of income. For the most part, if we look at it from this perspective. So if we all started to look at these jobs as our business, as I did human resources for 20 years, and one of the greatest things that we would just be so thrilled about when I was hiring people are those individuals that took ownership of the business, that they would actually be that employee that acted as though it was their own business. Mm-hmm. So if we're all acting as if our jobs are our own business and our business is our business, we see the totality of everything we're doing as our business.
And I also think maybe with the person who's asking the question is, it's like, really look at what have you defined business as, and all of the seriousness, all of the heaviness, and what have you defined hobby as or job as, and anywhere that you've made, one thing less than or greater than the other, would you give that up and destroy and uncreate all of that? Just let
Yes.
all of that go and just look at, okay, so what's great about it being a hobby? What is a hobby? What have I defined as a hobby? What could change about that? What have I defined as a business? And all of the loaded stuff that goes with a business, would I destroy and uncreate all that? And, if I were creating my life and my business, would I call it a business, or would I call it something else? And just really get playful with it. And you get to create what works for you.
Right. Well, we all have a vision of what a business looks like. And when we don't actually meet that vision, right, whatever those details are, then we start to judge it. And what if we started to drop that and we actually started to communicate with it? That's one of the things I love to do, is start to communicate with the different branches of my business.
Yeah.
And that's how they start to contribute and come back to me. The other big thing, and I don't know if you experience this, Juna, or not, but the other big thing is a lot of times when we begin a business, our family members and our friends really don't take it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of the energy of what our question, our individual is asking us. They see it oftentimes as a hobby. Well, that's a cute little thing that Christine is doing. Oh, how's the business going? Or, I used to have, when I first started, people would call me during the day, or, especially my beautiful daughter. She would call me, and she would keep calling and calling and calling. And I'm like, I'm sorry, has somebody died? Is there a house on fire? Like, what's going on? No, I just wanted to talk to you. I'm sorry, when I worked at that other job over there, you didn't do that, right? No, because you were at work. Yes, I'm at work. And I think that sometimes we really have to teach the people around us that this is our business. But what I have found was, if we're looking at it as a hobby, how much are they picking up that we're looking at it as a hobby? Yeah.
Or the cute little business, like your cute little business idea. Like, if that's how you think of it, that's how it will be. And we do teach others how, we want to be treated. So if we are apologetic and go, well, I'm trying this thing out, well, they're going to treat you that way. So Exactly. And I think too, connecting with other entrepreneurs and really speaking with them and having a mentor in business, it has been one of the greatest things for me. Is working with other individuals who are successful really has me step into knowing that I can be very successful as well. Okay, so now she says, oh my God, that is making my skin crawl. Cute little business. Excellent. Yeah, totally. What did you just say? Because I was going to...
I don't know. It's already passed.
Clearing my brain of making space in my brain.
Okay. Maybe one of the producers will remember. I honestly don't either, because I was just looking at
mentors.
We were talking about mentors. Thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you. Like when you don't know how to do something in business, what I've been doing is marketing. Marketing has been a big thing for me. So I've been paying people to show me how to market my business. And I'm learning just so much stuff. Some stuff I throw out that doesn't work for me, and other stuff, it's like, I don't know marketing. I didn't go to school for it. It doesn't come necessarily naturally, although connecting and talking to people does. So how can I use that to my advantage? But learning how to write better copy, and like learning all of those things. So, and then that becomes really fun for me.
Yeah.
So getting and being excellent, like that really, it makes me step up and be the best that I can be. It's like, I could be excellent at what I do.
Imagine that. There are, not everyone, I think this is a very big thing as well, that a lot of people in business miss, is they criticize themselves because they can't do it all. And, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. And it's like, reach out. Would you be willing to invest in your business? This, for me, was a very big thing. And I was so fortunate to have my father be in his own business. And he had a very big business, like he was in construction. And he had to buy trucks and backhoes and tractors and all sorts of big ticket item machinery. And Juna, I watched him my whole life in this business. And I watched him, and he did, some things that I don't do. He didn't have fun and play a lot of the time. He did, I have to work harder to make money. I don't, buy that anymore. But what I do appreciate is when I look at his business and then I look at my business, I'm now willing to ask, what needs me to invest in? What do I need to invest in to have my business grow? Because a lot of people will say, well, that's going to cost me money. Well, yes, it takes money in this reality to, it takes money to set up a website. It takes money to, even if it's your time is valuable. So would you be willing to start looking at what is requiring me to invest in so that it can contribute and grow my business? And when you actually see that most people that are in their own business will go to the bank and they will maybe get a $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 loan to begin their business.
Yeah.
If it's costing you money up front, would you be willing to look at that as an investment in your business, not an expense? Because I think a lot of people look at these things as expenses, and they're missing their investing in their business.
Right. And I can see the same thing as you're talking about money. There's also time, which I look at business as from a very different perspective, in that we can, like talking to the molecules of my business. So spending time every day, me and my partner, we sit down every day for an hour and we talk to our business. We ask our business questions. We go, where do you want to go? And all the different aspects of our business. And we ask entities and energies to contribute to the growth of our business. And in those times where we're doing that and we're pulling energy from the entire universe, someone will call us on the phone, or we'll get off we'll get to our computers and there will be an email, hey, I'd like a private session. And it's amazing how, you were talking this reality, there's this reality's ways, and there's other realities. So, what parts can we work with the molecules of the universe that are willing to contribute to us? And which is a very, very different way of doing business. But it's totally fun for me, and it works for me and my partner. And just wanted to throw that in there.
I love that. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. I ask my business, each of my business streams, to contribute to each other, like they're siblings. Like, you guys take care of each other, contribute to each other.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Awesome. Okay, oh my gosh, we're at break time again. Oh my God, I was getting better than that. Whenever a radio show goes fast, I know we are having so much fun. And just having the fun that Juna and I are having right now, this conversation we are having with each other, and the fun we are having, and the fun our bodies are having, that's contributing to both of our businesses as well. So please keep that in mind. Think about that while we go to our next break. You are listening to Inspired Choices with your host, Christine McIver, and my wonderful guest, Juna Guetter, on Tight and Loose with Your Business. We will be right back. Stay tuned.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning into Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices Radio Show.
Are you driving with the engine warning light on when it comes to listening to your body? Pull over and come to a 3-day body class with Juna Guetter. Is now the time for learning the language of your body? Is now the time to change what isn't working? Now is the time. Juna will be in Toronto and Europe in May, facilitating the 3-day body classes and the Right Body for You taster classes. Is your body asking for this? Take action and register now on the accessconsciousness.com website.
What would you say if I told you that you could change your life in only 1 hour and all while lying down relaxing? Thousands of people all over the world have. What am I talking about? It's called Access Consciousness, the bars. The bars is an energetic body process that contains 32 different points on your head that, when run, assist you in releasing decisions about any area of your life that you have made solid and as a result cannot change. The bars is the first class in Access Consciousness, a dynamic set of tools and information designed to transform any area of your life. When you have a bar session, the worst that can happen is you feel like you had a fantastic massage. The best thing that can happen is your whole life could change. Go to accessconsciousness.com today to find a facilitator to schedule a private session or to find a bars class in your area. Are you willing to give yourself an hour to change your life?
This is Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program today, please call toll-free in the U.S. 815-880-8255, TALK, or Canada 613-800-8736. Or you can Skype us. Our Skype name is a2zen.fm. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Hello, everyone. Oh, my gosh, we're having so much fun in the background. It is hilarious. Oh, my God. I tell you, this Juna is one of my most playful, fun creations, is being on the radio and having this chat room and all of these people that come together and we laugh and we play and we create. And, you know, so many people negate play and fun with business. They think that, like you were talking about before, you know, we have to take it serious, right? And the other thing that a lot of people negate is how their bodies can contribute to their businesses and how their bodies make the most amazing contributions to creating even greater. I would love to hear your input on that. And you've been doing body work for so long. Please share with us what the bodies can do for us and what our businesses can do for our bodies.
Cool. Well, other than standing under the red lights, your bodies have a lot to do. That's
pretty soon. I go on my next shift in an hour. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, that's what comes to most people's mind when you talk about the bodies contributing to business and money and et cetera. So it's not that linear, but what I've found with myself and my own body is, you know, receiving these body processes, receiving the touch from the 3-day body class and the different, you know, the Access body processes in Access, is to open to greater receiving. And we start that with the bars. If people who are listening have done bars before, and the body processes themselves. Like, imagine you just letting go of all your, you know, more and more judgments and points of views and, you know, all the lockdown. And, like, what if you lock down points of views about money in various body parts, you know, and you get, for those 3 days of receiving body processes, you get to let go, and your body really learns to receive. And when your body can receive and your being can receive more, you know, that's also money, because guess what money is for? It's usually for everything having to do with your body, like eating food and wearing clothing and shelter and all that kind of stuff. So
Sorry, I just want to say, I just got a visual when you were talking about this. It's like, you know, when we're carrying around, like literally, you know, backpacks, and, you know, when you go to the grocery store, I don't know if you're like me, but, you know, how many bags can I carry at the same time so I don't have to make more than one trip type of thing. And we're carrying all the, I know. And it's like, why do you keep doing this, Christine, you crazy woman? But I do that, right? And so we're carrying all these bags and all these bags and all these bags, and, you know, we've got backpacks and all this stuff. And we're not able, when we're carrying all this crap, we're not able to receive. And what I have found from the body classes is I get rid of the crap. And my body is able to relax, and I'm able to receive so much more. And my body has been contributing awareness and information and contributing to what it desires. Like my body is like contributed to me finding this gorgeous home that I have now, and you know, the beautiful clothes that I'm purchasing and traveling. I mean, Juna, since I first met you, I have probably gone on 12 trips throughout the world, and I'm like, I still pinch myself.
And I mean, it's funny when you tell family that, or other people, they're just their jaw drops and they go, oh, I wish I could do that for my business, you know. And I'm like, you can do that if you choose it, right?
Right.
So
I like to tell people, no, you can't. Only me. I'm the only one. And then they go, oh my God, and then they get mad at me, and then they want to do that, right? That's a great way to get somebody motivated. So, Katrina says the body classes totally contribute to receiving in your life in so many different ways. After I did the 3-day body class a couple of years ago with Juna and Susan, 2 weeks later, a brand new job I had been asking for years literally landed in my lap, and all kinds of really cool magic kept showing up after that.
Wow.
How does it get any better than that?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Katrina. That's fantastic.
And I just so love what you said about like your body starts to show up different, and you know, some of our bodies are pretty demanding bitches, and they're like, yes, I don't, you know, I can't deal with dollar store anymore or certain things, right? It's like upping the level, and our bodies say, yes, I want this. And then they also say no to other things. So I find that the quality of my food has really changed. And my body is, in no certain terms, telling me, no, this doesn't work. We're not eating this. Or we're doing a bathroom renovation we just started. And it's like, you know what? Our bodies want a way better bathroom than what we had first expected. Isn't that? And it's like, wow, our bodies are telling us how they want the bathroom to be in our house.
And the bodies are who enjoy the bathroom.
Exactly. So
right. With that concept that I didn't get at the very beginning. I really didn't get that. And so if it's your bodies that wear the clothes, if it's your bodies that enjoy the luxury car to ride in, if it's your bodies that like the particular fabric next against its skin, then perhaps we should include what the body actually is asking for. Yeah. And what that can do for the rest of our lives and our businesses.
Yeah. And how much of, you know, that's what I always say, like the signs and symptoms that people create is your body saying, no, this doesn't work for me. I want a really great shower head or 2 or 3 on my body. I want this kind of spray on my, and like we're getting that with the bathroom. It's so funny.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see the pictures. Please do before and after. Did you do before and after?
We're taking pictures all along the way.
Okay, good. Awesome. Well, it's funny, you know, Juna, a few years ago, 2 years ago, I went to Venice for a facilitator class, certified facilitator class with Access Consciousness, and I was still in this lack energy around money. I was starting to move out of it, but it was still there, and I thought, okay, I got the plane ticket, I've got the money for the class, but I can't possibly, you know, pay for, you know, like that's kind of like enough. I can't possibly pay for actually staying in the nice hotel. So I created, oh my God, the most interesting creation, Juna. I don't know if I've told you this.
No, I don't know.
I actually shared a flat. When you say a flat in Canada, it was like an apartment, a dinky little apartment with a living room, a kitchen, a bathroom, a shower that if you dropped your soap and you bent over, your bum hit the wall, and it was a steel wall, by the way, it was cold, and 1 bedroom. And there was 4 of us in there, and there were no beds. There were extra thick yoga mats on the floor.
Wow.
And I walked in there, and I just about dropped. And I'm like, oh, my God. I was lucky enough that there were 2 of these extra cushy yoga mats that I put together. And I'll tell you, I was in a great deal of intensity with my body and my back through that whole time. And I just said to my body, okay, body, that's it. If you don't want this anymore, that's it. We are never not staying at the hotel. We've got to create the money. And Juna, I have done that each and every time from there forward.
Cool.
And when I actually talk to my body, I'm like, okay, body, if you want this, you've got to contribute, right? Yeah. And show me, give me the signs, show me how to grow my business so that I can be choosing this for us. Mm-hmm. And wow, what a difference it makes. I'm so grateful.
Yeah. Huh. So,
so
fun. So what if our businesses were like our body, like they're an entity, right? Like our body is an entity, our business is an entity. So what if we could, speak to them like that and listen to them and, develop that whole dialogue with our business, with our body, with everything.
Mm-hmm. And how do we know that our bodies, Juna, want to contribute to our businesses?
That's a good question. I don't know if I have an answer for you right now.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you a 2-minute break, and we're going to go for our last. You're welcome, Juna. We're going to go to our last break of the night, and when we come back, we're going to tap into Juna's brilliance. I'm sure her body's going to give her some brilliance. Okay, everyone, you're listening to Inspired Choices with your host, Christine McIver, and my wonderful guest, Juna Guetter. We will be right back after this short commercial break. Stay tuned, everyone.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning into Inspired Choices radio show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show.
Are you driving with the engine warning light on when it comes to listening to your body? Pull over and come to a 3-day body class with Juna Guetter. Is now the time for learning the language of your body? Is now the time to change what isn't working? Now is the time. Juna will be in Toronto and Europe in May, facilitating the 3-day body classes and the Right Body for You taster classes. Is your body asking for this? Take action and register now on the accessconsciousness.com website.
This is Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program today, please call toll-free in the U.S. 815-880-8255, TALK, or Canada 613-800-8736. Or you can Skype us. Our Skype name is a2zen.fm. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Hello. Thank you so much, everyone, for sticking around tonight with my great, fun conversation with Juna Guetter. We are having a laugh. And before we went to break, we were talking about bodies and how bodies contribute to our business and businesses contributing to our bodies. And I had a question for Juna. Juna, do you want me to ask the question again?
I think I got it now. I remember it.
Okay. So
it was like, how do
ahead.
we know our bodies are contributing to our business? Or how can they contribute?
And desire to.
Yeah. I mean, one thing is the joy factor. Like if you go to do your business and you're not happy in your body will tell you. And for me, I use that as a sign. It's like, okay, what can we change here? Where can I, where's my joy? Where's the fun? And then I just shift the energy, and then I can come back to perhaps a task that has been I've been putting off, like paying my taxes or having to do something really linear. So it's really using that the joy factor as my inner compass and going towards the things that are joyful. And when it's not, and when it's something that it is, tight. It's a part of the tight part of my business. Like, yeah, in order to do this, in order to create this, these are some of the things that need to get done, and it just needs to get done. Then it actually makes me happy when I can see that bigger picture of what am I actually doing this for? What is my target? Is this contributing to my target? And sometimes like that joy factor with my body is off because I actually need to shift something in my business.
So our bodies become a message center, as it were, a flagship to telling us, hey, something's not working. Exactly. And it's not just about food or about temperature, or our bodies can communicate with us about everything that we're desiring in our lives and letting us know when it's off. That's fantastic. Yeah. So this conversation was so fast. Oh, my gosh. And so much fun. So, Juna, you are traveling all around the world. In May 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, you are in Toronto with myself and Melissa, and we're doing the Right Body for You taster class and the 3-day body class. Then you take off the next week for Germany.
Yes, and I'll be in Cologne, Germany for the 3-day body class and a Right Body for You taster. And then I'm flying right to Switzerland for another round of that, and then I go to London, UK.
Wonderful.
And then I'm going to add a little twist to, instead of a Right Body for You, we're going to do the Walking, Talking Sexualness class, which is a special ed class, which is awesome. So excited. It'll be the debut.
Debut in London. So everybody check that out. That's May 27th in London. And then you've got a class, Magical Body, Magical Being in Sudbury in June. And then a 3-day body class in Austria.
Exactly. So, and there'll be some more in between that just haven't got on the calendar yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you want to check out Juna's classes, you can go to accessconsciousness.com and look up Juna there, or you can, of course, connect with her on her website at synergyinmotion.info. Of course, Juna does get around, FYI, if you haven't figured that out yet. You can connect with her through Facebook. I'm sure your Twitter, LinkedIn, you're all of the same things. And it's Juna Guetter, Guetter, correct?
That's right. Yep.
Yay, I got it right.
You got it right.
How does it get any better? Juna, tell all of our listeners, what's the one thing that you just love about bodies that you love to tell everybody about when it comes to their bodies and business?
And bodies. Okay, I'm just going to go with the bodies first.
Okay.
Bodies are just fun, and they're yummy, and they're like touching them and being touched by them and moving them is just like really fun for me. So like bodies are fun.
Bodies are fun.
I love, and all different shapes, sizes. Like that's the thing for me is like I enjoy all different kinds of bodies, and even like stinky bodies and hairy bodies and all. It's like, yes, they're bodies. I don't know. That's just, I'm kind of weird, but
I love
bodies
that.
are cool. I do.
Bodies are cool.
and then so that's one, both of those, bodies and business, are two playgrounds that I love to play with. I love, like playing with bodies, and then business is a super cool playground for me that hasn't always been easy, but it is definitely helps me be on my creative edge for getting me out into the world. So, and then combining those two, bodies and business, is just super fun.
That's awesome.
It's definitely my creative edge.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining me here today and for yesterday and for everything you're contributing in the world. And I can't wait. We've got 3 weeks before we start our class in Toronto. Woohoo! How does it get any better than that? Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today and for participating and contributing to the show. So grateful. Mm-hmm. If you would like to connect with me, I love to work with businesses, with individuals, with bodies, and seeing how we can create even more in your reality. Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. And remember, you can always make another choice Have an amazing week, everyone. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Bye.
choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Radio Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Time on A2Zen.fm. We hope you'll join us. Until then, have the best week of your life by making the choices that bring you all that you desire.